Hello junkies, it's Stephanie Ash. I had to pre-record my video as I am sitting in a hockey arena watching my son's hockey game at the moment. So I hope this works out okay. This is the project that I made for our card tonight. So I've used a couple of different elements. I've used Beautiful You from the annual catalog because I think it's a stamp set that is fantastic and has kind of got lost with all the new products that have come out. And then I've used the new Best Dressed 6x6 DSP from the mini catalog and the Parisian Dies from the mini catalog. And this project was inspired actually by some projects Patty Bennett recently did using DSP as the primary focus. It's a great way to showcase the papers for other uses than just scrapbook pages or accents here or there, but to actually make it a focal point. So that's what I tried to accomplish with this card here. So let's get started. So the base is Purple Posy, and I know that the ink has been discontinued, but the paper still remains, so that's why I chose it, and it coordinates with the Best Dressed DSP. So it's a standard quarter fold at 5.5 by 4.25. Of course, it started out as 8.5 by 11, cut in half. So that's our base, and then this is actually one sheet of the 6x6 DSP. So all I did is I cut to be 4 inches by 5.25 inches, and then with the strip that was left over, I cut that to 4 inches wide and then 1 inch thick. So I'm actually using both sides of the paper. So again, a great way to showcase how to use a lot of paper to create one project. So I'm just going to stick that down to the base. And yes, I still have fast fuse, so I'm going to use it until it runs out. And we're just going to lay that on. And then our little strip we're going to layer on top. And again, just a couple of dabs of fast fuse. And about 1/3 of the way from the bottom of the card. So there's our base, easy peasy, ready to go. This would be a great simple stamper card or for your casual crafters. And then we're gonna step it up a little bit. So our image, I'm stamping on Whisper White using Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I've got the lovely girly here. And because we're gonna cut it out, it doesn't really matter where on my Whisper White I stamp it. And then I'm gonna pull in the Blackberry Bliss. And this little water sploochy image is actually from the Beautiful You set as well. So I'm gonna ink it in the Blackberry Bliss. And because the color on the DSP looks like it's been washed out a little bit, I am gonna stamp it off a couple of times before I stamp her with it. There we go. And then for the hat, all I did was took a scrap piece of paper and kind of put it across the top here so that when I stamped the hat, I didn't get the extra across the top of the paper. And then I'm going to use the layering oval dies to cut her out, as well as the mat around it, also from the layering ovals. 1 second, and I will cut those using the Big Shot. Okay. Perfect, and then I'm just going to stick her onto that mat. Nice and easy. Now before I stick her down, I'm going to cut out the Amour, and through the magic of video, I've already gone ahead and done that. So I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen to adhere that to the base. You could do the trick Jackie Bolche shared on stage, where you put the Tombow on your silicone mat and sponge it on. I find that actually really messy, so I'm just going to use the fine tip. And there we go. Make sure you close up your fine tip glue, because otherwise it dries and clogs the tip really quickly. So then our lovely lady, we're going to stick down with some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I have the tail end of a sheet here. I like to use every last little bit, so I've cut the edges so that I can have little pieces here. I'll make one more there. There we are. And we'll go ahead and stick her down. And then last but not least, a card is not complete with some sort of bling. So I'm going to use the Noble Peacock Rhinestones from the annual catalog, and I'm going to add 3 of those to the card. Of course, odd numbers are always more visually appealing. And there we have it. A simple card using primarily our designer series paper to showcase our beginner and casual crafters that it's for more than just scrapbooking. I hope you've enjoyed and have a great night. Thanks everybody.